the voice of Arkansas Minority Advocacy Council.
Good Wednesday morning, Jonesboro. This is meteorologist Tim Root with your KLEK 102.5 forecast. Mostly cloudy with showers today, the high in the low 50s. Partly to mostly clear overnight, that overnight temperature in the low to mid-30s. Light winds from the north. A chance of more showers, partly sunny Thursday, and the high near 50. Clouds and showers Thursday night, clouds and showers Friday. The high Friday in the low 50s, could be a rumble of thunder. Jonesboro's community radio station, we're KLEK 102.5 FM.
From Feature Story News, I'm Natalie Powell with your latest world news. U.S. House Democrats are launching an inquiry over a White House plan to transfer nuclear technology to Saudi Arabia. Two prominent cardinals from the Roman Catholic Church have written an open letter blaming sexual abuse scandals within the church on what they call the homosexual agenda and deny it's a result of an abuse of power. And South Korea says next month it will become the first country to offer a 5G mobile network service.
It's 9:01.
KLEK LP Jonesboro, the voice of Arkansas Minority Advocacy Council. It's now time for Community Conversations, a program focusing on the people working to make the Jonesboro community a better place, while offering viewpoints from all sides of the issues. The views expressed in this program are those of the participants and do not necessarily reflect the views of KLEK 102.5 FM, the voice of Arkansas Minority Advocacy Council, or our underwriters or sponsors.
Good morning, everyone, and happy wet Wednesday to you. I hope that you're having a great start to your day. You're tuned in to Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM. My special guest is Miss Rachel Guerin from the March of Dimes. Good morning.
Good morning.
She's the executive director and then whatever other title they throw at her for the day.
That's right.
I want to thank you for joining me. Today we're going to be talking about March for Babies and then just March of Dimes, period. We can never talk about the program enough and what services you offer and what help you provide to the parents and the community as a whole. So let's get started with the March that's coming up.
Yes.
Well, the end of March.
Yes, absolutely. We have our annual March for Babies event coming up March 30th. It's going to be at Craighead Forest Park. We're so excited. This event's been going on in Jonesboro for well over 30 years now.
30 years.
Well over 30 years. So we're very excited about having that event once again out at Craighead Forest Park. And so you'll join several families from around town who will be out there celebrating their babies.
Wow.
And their journey through the NICU and the fact that they're able to run across the finish line after spending, the first few weeks or months of their life in the NICU. And then we'll also have a moment where we remember all the babies we've lost this year, which is always very sobering for our entire group to realize how many babies we're losing a year in Arkansas. And so it's just a really great day to come together and enjoy one another's company and celebrate those tiny tots we have there and, eat some wonderful food and enjoy the weather and bounce houses and Andy's frozen custard. It's going to be a good day.
And I really hope that the community comes out, and they've been doing great so far coming out and supporting this event. It's not just about the walk, it's about the entire mission and purpose of March of Dimes. And then it's also about showing your support, even if you don't have any children or your children were born healthy and they're fine. It's about showing support for the parents who have had to go through these difficult issues.
Right, and what some people don't realize is that March of Dimes, if you were born in the last 80 years, you've been impacted by our mission.
Wow.
Whenever you were born, you had a heel prick newborn screening. We did that.
Okay.
If you have gotten a polio vaccine, we did that. And so if you, even if you aren't impacted by prematurity, which most people are because it's honestly an epidemic, you've been touched by the March of Dimes somehow. A lot of the equipment that's in the NICU, for instance, or in the hospitals, we helped pioneer as well. So everyone can really get behind a mission of healthy babies.
So sadly, some parent and baby had to go through one thing in order for the technology to advance and research to advance. And so those families should be honored as well. They went through the harder times so that those of us who are okay can be where we are, because of them.
Exactly. And, 1 in 10 babies are being born premature in Arkansas. And so we need to have, the equipment and answers for these parents and families that are being impacted.
And I know we've talked about this before, and it just still baffles my mind why there are so many premature births or births that end in death. And what is it? It seems like with the advance in technology and medical research, there's still this mystery shrouding pregnancy. What it is, how it evolves, and what's all involved. And so I would love to see more I guess updated, or not updated.
Yeah, absolutely.
More advancement or more findings.
Yes.
I'm trying to find a word. I'm sorry.
Yes, no, you're absolutely right. And that's why we're here. So we want to answer some of those questions. And we have over time, but we still have a lot of questions to answer. Mm-hmm. The truth of the matter is that the United States is really low on the list for maternal and child health. Of the developed countries, we're 131st out of 186. The United States.
We're 130.
Yes. Yes. So we're on the low end of that scale, which means we're not doing well in maternal and child health. We have more women dying after childbirth than we've seen in a long time. Maternal mortality is becoming a very large problem. So it's up to us as a community, and then also as the March of Dimes, as the pioneer leading this fight, to figure out why. And there's not any one factor. And that's what's so daunting, right? Is that we have to attack this from all angles. And a lot of it we are seeing may come from socioeconomic factors. It could also come in from environmental factors. These are all things that we're researching at our prematurity research centers to figure out why our women in the United States are not only having premature babies, but a lot of them aren't living after their babies are born. We're really seeing a lot of maternal death.
I know this would be a far-fetched idea to, conduct some laboratory research. We could control certain things in a lab with smaller substances. It would be nice to see more study done, taking women from different demographics, different, like I said, socioeconomic backgrounds, people that are exposed to different environmental factors, and really research those individuals and, from the beginning to the end of their pregnancy, and just seeing, okay, what's different between them all, what's the same, I pray that the scientists out there are really working hard to really narrow down. I hope they're, making some progress. But again, it takes money to fund research. And that's where we come in as a community.
Absolutely.
To help fund the research.
Yes, absolutely. And the awareness. To help fund the awareness, because we have a lot of babies being born healthy, and that's incredible, but 1 in 10 are being born premature, and there are a lot of people out there that just don't know that, and they don't know the risk factors of prematurity.
1 in 10. So it's almost like, look at your hands, you have 10 fingers, and just take away one. It's like, okay.
One of those babies is going to be in the NICU, maybe for an extended period of time, and it's going to be very difficult on that family to watch their baby fight in the NICU. And so, we're fighting for that one baby and all the babies. Over 380,000 a year in the United States are born preterm. It's the number one cause of death in infants is prematurity. It's a really big problem.
Now, out of those numbers, has the statistics been broken down by demographics, say north, south, east, west Arkansas versus the rural area versus the inner city areas? Like, is all of that information present in the research?
I'm so glad that you said that. Yes.
Okay.
There is. But it's actually broken down by county.
County. Okay.
Yes. It's all found in our prematurity report card for the state of Arkansas.
Okay.
And that can be found at marchofdimes.org.
Okay.
And so basically what we look at, we gather a lot of data from the birthing hospitals, right? And we check that out, and we kind of look at all the factors involved. And we will be given a grade to every county, which rolls up into the state grade. And so for the state of Arkansas, we have a D on our prematurity report card, which means our prematurity rate is over 10%. So with the eastern part of Arkansas, our rates are higher. There are places within the state that are lower, but really as a whole, our prematurity rate is high in the state.
Oh my goodness.
And that there's a report card for the entire United States, which right now we're at a C. And yeah, C is okay. We definitely want.
Well, I mean,
that's better than a D.
I guess me being one of those overachievers in education, a C to me says I did enough to pass. I did kind of just enough.
Exactly. Whenever I was growing up, Mom, if you're listening, C was not okay. C is not okay. So we definitely want to see that preterm birth rate decrease, and that's what will get us a higher rate. But if you check out our March of Dimes website, you can see the entire United States, and you can kind of see that the South is a problem. Louisiana, Mississippi, and Alabama, they all have Fs on their report card, which means their prematurity rates are even higher than ours in Arkansas. When you go back towards the Northwest, their rates decrease. And in the Northeast, they decrease. So our scientists and our advocates, we're really trying to figure out why the South is really plagued with prematurity.
And I'm looking at, the only state with an A is Vermont. What do we need to study their model and see what they're doing, look at their pregnancy rates and see what is working, or what are they doing that causes them to get an A rating?
Oh, believe me, Vermont is under a microscope. We're trying to figure out what they are doing right, so that we can do it as well.
Now, not to keep, this is not putting down the states with the F in lower B's and F's. However, looking at the demographics of them, do you think because it's the South, maybe more rural area, or lack of education, but you can't say that because in most of those states there are major cities with a lot of advancement. So again, in those states, is the information broken down, like it says, by county? So would it probably show us that in some counties that are disconnected a little bit from the bigger cities, they maybe have the lower rates pulling the whole state down?
No, you're absolutely right.
Okay.
I think a lack of access to healthcare is definitely something we are looking at, the March of Dimes. If you have a mother, and in the South we have young mothers, very young mothers, and if you have a young mother that's already at risk for prematurity, that's not able to get to a healthcare provider, that in turn also heightens her prematurity risk. So there's a lot of factors there, and absolutely the rural communities play a part in that. And we see the lack of health care really play a part in that prematurity role.
Wow. I'm going to ask this question, kind of not related to March of Dimes, but you said that some of the rates with the statistics come from younger parents, or parents being younger. Do you feel that maybe to counteract that, there needs to be an adjustment in the type of education, sex education or something?
Well, this just comes from me personally. It's not really a view of March of Dimes, but I think that we have a lot of work to do in the education for our youth, from every sector, whether it be public education, our church, our parents. Education in general needs to be spread, and awareness about the fact that our teenagers, are active a lot younger these days. And so I do think that that's something we could use to improve upon. And the March of Dimes does touch on contraceptives, but we don't put ourselves in a position of the schools in front of teenagers.
You gotta protect yourself. Like, here's information, but I can't tell you what to do with it. So.
Right. Our biggest thing is the health and protection of moms and children. And so whether that mom is 14 or she's 45, we want to protect them either way. That's our stance.
All right. Again, you're tuned in to Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM. We're speaking with Miss Rachel Guerin from the March of Dimes. If you have any questions or comments, or if you want to share your story of your baby or family member, friend, please let us know if they were born premature. We'd love to hear those stories. And we would also love for you to come out to the march on March 30th. I was trying to pull up the event here, but maybe on the wrong page. Because I see there's events going on all around.
Yes.
This one next Thursday, February 28th at 12 o'clock in Northwest Arkansas. I was trying to find the one for Northeast Arkansas.
Yeah, so Northeast Arkansas is March the 30th. You can find more information march4babies.org, and you can type in your zip code, and that will show you the closest walk to you. And if that's Northeast Arkansas, that'll be at Craighead Forest Park. And we'll have a great time. We would love for you to come out. But we also have prom fashion show this weekend. We can talk about that too.
Yes, please. Because I know we talked about it before, and the teenagers that are involved.
Oh my gosh.
So first, tell us, what is the name of the leadership group or the mentor? It's not a mentoring group.
It's called the Chain Reaction Youth Council.
Okay.
Yes, and it is a group of high school students. And if any of them are listening, you guys know I love you so much. These kids are incredible. They're from all different school districts, and they just want to help the March of Dimes. And the way they do that is they help us with prom fashion show. They completely do the show start to finish, recruit the sponsors, do the choreography. They are incredible. And so that's this weekend. They've been working so hard on it. It's Saturday night out at Brooklyn Auditorium, and they're just an incredible group of kids wanting to spread the awareness of March of Dimes.
All right, and so from their teenage perspective, I love to see teenagers involved.
Yes.
But how do they go about trying to spread the message? And so sometimes we as adults, we look at kids and like, okay, they don't know what they're talking about. But a lot of times they do.
These kids impress me. They will say something, and it makes me realize sometimes we don't put enough stock into what a kid is capable of. They spread awareness within their own halls, and it's something that I can't go to all these schools and talk to all these kids. And just an example of something that one of them thought of, I think that this happened last Prematurity Awareness Month, which was in November.
Okay.
They went around and put a purple balloon on every 10th locker.
Oh.
Yes, to notate the 1 in 10 babies. And so it was a conversation all day about the balloons, and by the end of the day, they said their school knew all about prematurity and the 1 in 10. And I was so proud of these kiddos. They're incredible. But they also do wonder walks within their elementary schools.
Okay.
So that's a fundraiser and an education piece. So they'll go work with their FBLA clubs and get those on the calendar, and those are incredible. And then they also just talk to their peers about March of Dimes, and they're encouraged to do so. And during this program, they're with us for a couple of years.
Okay.
They'll sign up as and we have interviews coming up, by the way.
Okay.
So if your teenager is interested in getting involved, contact us at March of Dimes. So they'll go to their peers and ask them to join, and the entire year they learn about how to be a leader, how to really volunteer and put some time and effort into a nonprofit. Not just showing up the day of the event and getting a free t-shirt and throwing some waters around. These kids invest hours of time into a nonprofit, and I honestly think that's one of the best things you can do as a teenager, to kind of see what that world's like.
That is really wonderful. I'm starting to lean more towards, reaching out to young people. They're going to be our leaders.
Yeah.
We're going to get, whether we like it or not, pushed a little to the side. Of course we'll still be there for wise counsel. However, they will be the ones running the show. Mm-hmm. And we need to start planting seeds now and nurturing them so that they can grow to be wonderful, productive, imaginative, innovative individuals.
Yes. And because of that, and because the Chain Reaction Youth Council has been so incredible, we actually have a new program at Arkansas State University called A State March of Dimes.
Oh.
So we are kind of extending the same idea into the college leadership, and those young people are absolutely incredible as well, and they do amazing things. They're getting off the ground right now, and are taking on several projects like NICU supply drives and things like that, and they're just a really great group to be around.
So, Can you give us some more examples of some things they've done? I know they do the fashion show. Now, during the fashion show, I'm back up. During the fashion show, do they give, I don't want to say messages, do they present messages about prematurity, maybe do some type of display or slideshow, or do they do anything else to help raise awareness during this fashion show?
Yes. Our mission is throughout the entire show.
Okay.
When you leave, you know a little bit more about the March of Dimes, and so this year their theme is Happily Ever After.
Oh.
And so we start with the story of a young couple that have met at prom, and they grow up and they get married and they have a premature baby, and then you have to come to the show to see how the story ends. And so yes, they do an incredible job working the mission into everything they do for us. Their biggest primary fundraiser and project for us is Prom Fashion Show, but they do work throughout the year to help us with other events like March for Babies. You'll see all of them out there March for Babies Day, and I can't tell you how much it means to me as an event organizer to have that help automatically every year. And they come out and they're there at 5 a.m. and they don't leave until it's done. And a lot of them have prom that night. So
it's on the same night as the actual prom.
We can never dodge all the proms. So I think there's a couple of proms that night. And the girls will even come with their hair, halfway done. But they're an incredible group of kids.
Oh, wow, that's amazing. And what is the age group of this youth council?
They are 10th through 12th.
Okay.
I think that you can apply in the 9th grade, but and like I said, those interviews are coming up. If you need more information about how to interview, Guerin at marchofdimes.org is where you can reach me.
All right, I'll put that information in our Facebook Live feed while we get ready for our first break, but please do not go anywhere. We'll be right back after these announcements.
You're listening to Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM. We'll be right back.
Ladies, how do you know you're being a good mom? I'm Mark Merrill with today's Family Minute. Recently, my wife Susan shared with me that at a basic level, you're a good mom if your child knows you love them. Simple gestures from your kids reveal whether they know you love them. So, here are some actions to look for in your kids that will help you know you're being a good mom. First, you know you're being a good mom when your child shares their fears and dreams with you. Second, when your older child randomly calls you, or your younger child sits on your lap. For the rest of my wife's ways to know you're being a good mom, check out my blog at markmerrill.com. Remember, your family first.
Want to connect with Mark on Twitter? Follow him at twitter.com/Mark Merrill. The Family Minute with Mark Merrill, helping families love well.
Family Minute is made possible by the Kappa Nu Omega chapter of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, a non-profit organization committed to service to all mankind. Kappa Nu Omega Alpha Kappa Alpha on Facebook and KNOMEGA1908.com.
Family Minute is brought to you by the Gears Foundation, a nonprofit organization providing students with assistance in their academic and career pursuits. Gears Foundation on Facebook, Gears_Inc. on Instagram, and the Gears Foundation at gmail.com.
Meineke of Jonesboro is now Starks Auto Service, a full-service auto repair and vehicle maintenance center offering engine and transmission repair, brake service, tires, oil changes, and more, performed by ASE certified mechanics. Starks Auto Service, 2813 South Caraway Road in Jonesboro, 870-204-7112. Starks Auto Service, Jonesboro.com.
KLEK 102.5 FM is giving you more praise. That's right, KLEK brings to you All Gospel Wednesdays. Every Wednesday, enjoy all of your favorite gospel hits and get your praise on all day long. Plus, the return of the KLEK Praise Break. Lift up your hands, Rejoice and praise him all day, all Wednesday, every Wednesday on KLEK 102.5 FM.
House of Details, located at 3915 East Highland in Jonesboro, is a proud supporter of KLEK, offering detailing on any type of vehicle: basic wash, hand wash, shampoo, interior cleaning, waxing, buffering, headlight restoration, pickup, delivery, and more, with a motto of anything mean we can clean. Details at 870-273-5187. House of Details on Facebook and at klekfm.org.
Hello, I'm Officer Jonathan Hagens of the Jonesboro Police Department. One of the best decisions I ever made was to join the Jonesboro Police Department. Since joining, I've had the pleasure to give back, protect, and serve my community. Now I want to let you know about that same opportunity. The Jonesboro Police Department will conduct testing for the patrol officers at the Valley View High School. Applications are available online at jonesboropolice.com. The Jonesboro Police Department offers a competitive salary, health, and retirement benefits, top-of-the-line training, and most importantly, the chance to make a difference in the Jonesboro community. Join me in making Jonesboro a better place. The Jonesboro Police Department is an equal opportunity employer, and women and minorities are especially encouraged to apply. More information, 870-935-5657.
Applications are being accepted. Applications are available at jonesboropolice.com.
KLEK is starting a new fundraiser which will allow listeners to donate to KLEK while buying groceries. KLEK is a part of the Kroger Community Rewards fundraising program. When shoppers visit a participating Kroger and scan his or her Kroger Plus shoppers card, a portion of the savings goes back to KLEK to help keep it on the air. Details on how to sign up for the program are available at KrogerCommunityRewards.com and at klekfm.org. This is a KLEK fundraiser.
And now back to Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM.
Welcome back to Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM. Want to say good morning and happy birthday to Chelsea Chapman, who's out there. She should be working hard, though. Mrs. Mabel Prunty, thank you for joining us from Baby State at St. Bernard. You got to check that program out.
Mabel, I love Mabel, and Baby State is awesome. You need to go.
Yeah, so
if you're pregnant, especially.
Definitely. I'll stay out. I'll stay home. All right, so we're going to get back into our discussion all about March of Dimes and premature babies and research and the different events that people can come out and support. For those of you who may have missed it, Chain Reaction, Youth Council Prom.
Fashion show. Mm-hmm.
Fashion show. I'm so sorry. Well, do they model prom?
Yes,
okay.
They model prom wear, and it is awesome. It is awesome. All the local places you can get prom wear, they're so nice enough to let us borrow a couple of dresses. Lots of dresses. We have over 100 models.
Would you like to give some shout outs to your sponsors?
Yeah, Jessica's Bridal. They're awesome. Men in black tuxedos. They're helping us out. Great Expectations. David's Bridal. I know Gorgeous You. Have you heard about Gorgeous You?
No.
Yeah, they have some beautiful stuff.
Okay.
And then they also have the tuxedos and stuff too at Gorgeous You.
Okay.
And so just a really great lineup of people that are really helping us out. And the kids have even put together a silent auction out in the lobby, so you can bid on some fun stuff too. But yeah, we borrow dresses and tuxedos, and there's a lot of entertainment too. So we'll have a lot of teenagers, high school students that'll be singing for us, playing instruments.
So they do it all.
They do it all. I mean, it's incredible. If you've never been to a prom fashion show, you need to come. You don't have to have a teenager. It's just really great entertainment. I heard the Lion King theme song the other day, so I know there's going to be a fun dance.
Song?
Yes. And then also we have a Mr. March competition.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, and that's always funny. It's hilarious.
I'm sure the boys kind of ham it up.
Yes, they ham it up. Oh my goodness, they're so cute. So it's a really great time, fun entertainment, and it's a fundraiser for March of Dimes. So win-win, win-win.
Okay, awesome. Ms. Mabel says, "Hey Rachel, we love you too."
Aww, I love her. She's awesome.
I would love to see more people coming together, making partnerships just like this. all around the city of Jonesboro and surrounding area, not just Jonesboro, Northeast Arkansas. We want to get our grade up, not just for the sake of getting a high grade, but we want to see those premature numbers drop, those infant mortality rates drop,
maternal mortality.
Maternal mortality rates drop. But you can do your part to help support research. If you're leery about giving to a bigger office because you don't know exactly where the money's going, give to your local office. You know where the money's going to go. They'll make sure to get it in the right hands.
Yeah, call me. If you want to give some money, you can call me, and I'll make sure it gets to the right spot. You're exactly right.
Yeah. There's some people, I've heard I've heard some criticism about giving to bigger nonprofit or big organizations because you don't know exactly where the money is going. But March of Dimes, we have seen over the years the advancement in technology and research, and while there has been some advancements, there's still a long way to go.
Right, and we're a big organization because we have such a big mission. We started out with a big mission of polio, and when it was done and we still had resources available, we knew we needed to focus on mom and baby health.
Okay.
And, prematurity, maternal and child health, it's a global issue, but we like to focus right at home, United States. And then we also have wonderful local programs. So we invest locally, we invest regionally and nationally, and we get it done. And we need a lot of help to figure out the rest, of the initiatives.
All right. And so the Prom Fashion Show and the March for Babies are just two of your events that you host to raise awareness and raise funds. What are some other things that you do, just say within Jonesboro, to help also raise awareness?
We have really neat programs in Jonesboro that we like to spread around. One of those programs that we don't talk often enough about is the Stork's Nest program.
Okay.
We've talked about this before.
Yes,
you remember?
You partnered with a local sorority.
Yes.
It's, again, another partnership.
Yes, the Zetas. They partner with us, and they get trained up on mom and baby health, and they reach out to their communities, and they find participants for what we call Stork's Nest.
Okay.
And this program is specially designed for women that may not have access to health care, or they may not have access to purchase large items for their baby. So basically what we do, it's an incentive-based program.
Okay.
We ask these women to attend. They get the education and resources that they need. They get connected to doctors. They are connected to March of Dimes, connected to more education about how to take care of their body and their baby. And then at the end of the program, they can cash in their Stork's dollars that they have earned. And they're able to purchase large items like car seats, diapers, wipes, anything that the baby might need. And it's just an incredible program that has been going on for a long time with the Zetas.
Do you know if they have a Facebook page or any type of a website or anything, or do they just how does someone reach out to them?
You can start with me.
Okay.
They do have some contact information, but I don't have it on me.
Okay.
But if you want to reach out to my email, I think you've already posted it on the link.
Yes.
The Guerin at marchofdimes.org. I can absolutely connect you to the right people to help get you started.
All right.
But it's an incredible program, and so I like to highlight things like that we do that aren't just fundraisers, but that we do locally. We also have, a lot of our babies go to Arkansas Children's Hospital. Okay. If they have complications that cannot be dealt with locally, or if they need surgery, they are sent to Children's a lot of the times. Okay, sometimes it just depends on the network and everything. So we also have a really cool program called NICU Family Support.
Okay.
And what that means is we have a staff member at Arkansas Children's Hospital. And her primary job is to make sure that the parents and families in the NICU feel supported. And unless you've been in the NICU, unless you have been impacted by a NICU stay, you don't know what it feels like to leave your baby at the hospital while you leave. It's horrible. And so she likes to say that she offers a little bit of stability in the chaos of what is NICU. And she does things like helping educate them about hand washing, kangaroo care. Do you know what kangaroo care is? Oh my gosh. Okay, it's another thing March of Dimes created, researched, and found out. Skin-to-skin contact. So you'll see a lot of moms and dads in the NICU. They'll rest the baby on them without a shirt on or underneath their shirt. And that has proven to really change the health outcomes of these babies. It helps regulate their temperature. And so we encourage kangaroo care. And so we'll have kangaroo-a-thons at Arkansas Children's Hospital. And one of our NICU family support specialists is the one that takes care of all that. And she does... also things like, hey, let's make a cute burp cloth for your baby while we're in the NICU, and tries to keep their mind off of all the beeps and all the scary and the tubes. And hearing the patients or the parents after they live their NICU experience and they get to go home with their baby, hearing what an impact NICU family support had on them will make you want to support the March of Dimes all the time. And we're doing that locally, and there's families right here in Jonesboro that experience that NICU family support at Arkansas Children's Hospital. Wow. And so we implement programs like that locally. And so, you were saying, yes, we're a big nonprofit, but we also operate at a very local level, because as we were talking about earlier, a lot of babies are being born premature here. So we make sure that we're trying to get to as many families and educate as much as possible.
Awesome. One thing I wanted to ask, with the NICU, I know I've seen some video and pictures of maybe retired persons. I don't want to call them elder, well, they're elderly, but retired persons that are up in age. They have free time. They come and kind of play that grandma and grandpa role, again, to give the parents a little break and give the nurses that break, that release they may need as well. They just rock the baby, bundle them up, rock them, or maybe read to them, or just whatever, just spend a little time so the baby is not left alone in this crib, in this cage.
Sign me up, right? Sign me up. I will do that all day long.
So do you get to see people that are not related to the family that offer their time to come and just sit with the babies, or even just sit with them?
Yeah, there's programs like that. I don't know of any programs like that locally, but at the large hospitals that have 100, 150 NICU beds, that's a service that's needed, because you only have a few NICU nurses to go around, and even though they want to sit there and love on that baby, they may not have the time. And so that's a program that we're seeing really get a lot more popular. That is more of a hospital-based program, just because there's so much to go through. Anybody going to touch somebody's baby, they've got to go through a lot of steps, and they should. But I think it seems like just an incredible program, and if it ever gets started up here in Jonesboro, sign me up. I want to be the first volunteer to hold those babies.
I love babies, but I think I'm past that baby stage.
Oh, not me.
Because I'm afraid to drop them or something.
Not me. And this reminds me also, every Christmas we go to the St. Bernard's NICU. If you don't know, we have a NICU here in town. It's at St. Bernard's, incredible NICU setup. And every Christmas we bring Santa in the week of Christmas, and he gets to hold those babies. And it's a special moment, and it kind of plays into the fact of someone coming in and loving on your baby, if you're not able to be there. And every year he says, I'm going to call him out, he says, this is my favorite event. Because it's so impactful for those parents, because while we're all, eating our Christmas food and decorating our Christmas trees, these families are watching their babies in the NICU with tubes and beeps and a plastic box around them. So it's so important for us to bring Santa in and bring food and just bring a little bit of normalcy of the holiday season. That's baby's first Christmas. Yeah. We have to celebrate it. And so that's one of my favorite things that we do.
Wow. I hope these stories are inspiring people. Are inspiring people to get out there and give up your time. Think about the blessings you have, and consider someone who may not have. And those that are in the hospital and the families that are dealing with this, like you said, watching their baby through a plastic box. I can't even fathom what it feels like. So if you have extra time, a few extra dollars, just a warm heart, consider, and not just during the holiday seasons, during any time of the year, please go out and support these families and show them that you care about them as part of their community, that they're part of your community, and let's support them.
Yeah, and the best way to honor them is to come celebrate with them at March for Babies. This day means so much to our families. They look forward to it year after year. There are babies at that walk that started, or their children at that walk that started out as babies when I started the March of Dimes. And now they're walking and talking and going to school, which makes me feel old. But it's also so rewarding because that first year, that baby was fresh out of the NICU. We were still, scared to touch or hold because of the germs. And then now the baby's just romping and there's popsicles flying and it's just, it's perfect.
Absolutely.
And so that day is such a celebration for them every year. They get to come out and say, look how much she or he has grown in a year. We're so proud. Can you believe this child was in the NICU, for 3 months or 4 months? And so it's just such a special day. And so, yeah, if you want to rally around those families, the perfect way is to come to March for Babies, raise funds, raise awareness, and come walk with us just to say you support these families that have gone through this.
And if you are listening to us and you're not in Jonesboro, there are events and ways to get involved all across Arkansas. If you go to marchofdimes.org, there's a little box to type in, something. Type in your search.
Yeah, you can type in your zip code at marchforbabies.org, and it will bring up all the events around you. And so you can find Northeast Arkansas is March 30th. If you are closer to the Batesville area, that is April 27th. Yes, is Batesville's. And then for Northwest Arkansas, it's May the 4th. And for Central Arkansas, it's April the 6th. Yeah, it's at marchforbabies.org.
Oh, okay. I'm on the wrong website.
There's marchofdimes.org and then there's marchforbabies.org.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me put that.
Yeah, it's a really great user-friendly website, and once you sign up online, you'll be able to get all of our updates that come through. And it's really user-friendly. You can sign up to have a team. You can be a team captain. You can sign up to donate. You can donate to someone else's page. But I tell you what, if you decide that morning that you want to come out and you haven't signed up online, that's fine too. There is no registration fee for our event.
Okay.
It's not a timed 5K. It's an awareness walk.
Okay.
And so we're not going to wear you out. Yeah, there you go. There's Northeast Arkansas. So we're not going to wear you out. It's just a really fun, laid-back event. And we're trying to raise $150,000. So we need you to be there. We need you to bring some dimes and march with us.
And so far, you're at $13,775.
That's just what's in the bank. There's a lot of money out there.
Okay, so look, we know this. I know it's not 150,000 people in Jonesboro, but it's maybe half of that. If everyone gave $2.
Exactly. If everyone gave $2, exactly.
You can reach your goal.
And we have some wonderful companies stepping up to the plate for this event. Wonderful sponsors, and a lot of them have teams that they are rallying right now to get started on fundraisers. Just the other day, oh my goodness, did you see where I had to go try... Wait, it was 17 desserts on Valentine's Day. 17 desserts. So Simmons Bank here in town, they did, I know, such a hard job. It was such a sacrifice for me. Simmons Bank asked me to come by on Valentine's Day and be a judge for a dessert contest. Well, I did not know that they would have so many delicious desserts. That was the hardest decision I think I've made in a long time. They were so good. It was me and two other gentlemen, local community leaders, that tried all of them. And we had a hard time getting through them all, but they were so good. And that was fun. That was a fundraiser for them. They were voting with their dollars. And for the People's Choice Award, and then they were going to have a spaghetti lunch after, and they were so excited about fundraising and baking and, just fellowshipping together. And you can do something as simple as that in your workplace and raise money and just bring it to the walk.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
And I feel like, and I can't speak about everyone's childhood, but thinking about mine, philanthropy, giving back, community service wasn't talked about or pushed as much. And I feel like where we are now in society, we need to start again planting those seeds in our kids as early as 2, 3, 5, well, maybe 3 or 4. Whenever they reach an age where they're cognitive enough to understand some things, get them involved. Don't just drag them to events. Let them know what it's all about. I used to be one of those parents. I dragged my son to everything because I worked at a nonprofit. So he went to everything. But I don't think he really grasped the full understanding of what it was all about. And so that's where I dropped the ball. If I had told him, okay, this is what we're doing, this is why we're doing it, this is why it's important, have those conversations with your kids, and hopefully they grow up. It stays with them as they grow up, and then they'll become leaders in their own communities or wherever they go to college or whatever they do in life.
Right. Never underestimate the power of a kid. I have 2 nephews that are very involved in the events, Daniel and Patrick, and they have been ever since they can remember. Wow. And they help. They wear their little volunteer badges, and they help where I need them. And if you ask them what Aunt Rachel does, they tell everyone that she helps little babies that were born way too early. So they know, and they know why March of Dimes is here. And it's so important because it instills a value in them that, yes, even though my part is small in the event, I'm making a difference. I'm making this possible for the people that are here. And so I think it's important to get your kids involved too.
I was thinking about, I'm always thinking about ways to raise awareness, and how you say your nephews talk about what you do. There are small ways that people can get involved, again, with helping to raise awareness. I think about, the awareness day is always put on purple, or, why don't we put on purple at random other times of the day, the year, and then if someone asks us about, or make a compliment about the purple, well, let me tell you about why I'm wearing purple. Use it as a icebreaker. I'm going to stop and pause right there because we're getting ready for another break. When we come back, we'll wrap up all the details for the different events coming up and how you can support. So stay tuned. Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM.
You're listening to Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM. We'll be right back.
We're back with Money Matters. I'm Alfred Edmond Jr. It's important that you recognize and guard against the 7 deadly sins of money management. First, anger. You should never, ever spend money when you're angry or emotionally distracted or out of control in any way. Spending in anger to get back at a spouse, for example, can destroy relationships as well as finances. Envy. This is when you feel you need to keep up with the Joneses. So you buy things that you can't afford because you envy others and covet what they have. This is why you need to have a budget so you can focus on your own financial goals and not be so worried about what others are doing with their money. These are just 2 of the 7 deadly sins of money management. I'm Alfred Edmond Jr. for Money Matters, a product of American Urban Radio Networks.
Money Matters is made possible by the Jonesboro Alumni Chapter of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated, a nonprofit organization focused on joy in our sisterhood, power in our voice, and service in our hearts. www.jonesboroalumnidst.org.
Money Matters is brought to you by Bancorp South, offering checking, savings, loans, credit cards, and wealth management. 5 locations in Jonesboro to serve you. www.bancorpsouth.com or 870-972-9800.
Money Matters is brought to you by the Gears Foundation, a nonprofit organization providing students with assistance in their academic and career pursuits. Gears Foundation on Facebook, Gears_Inc. on Instagram, and the Gears Foundation at gmail.com.
The Office of Diversity and Community Engagement at Arkansas State University, under the leadership of Dr. Maurice Gibson, is a proud supporter of KLEK and is dedicated to finding innovative ways to advance their mission of creating a diverse and inclusive environment, conducive to educating, enhancing, and enriching lives, uplifting various and diverse groups on the A-State campus, and striving to maintain Arkansas State University a place that is inclusive to all individuals, regardless of origin, color, religion, socioeconomic status, or sexual orientation. More information about the Arkansas State University Office of Diversity and Community Engagement is available at www.astate.edu/diversity and 870-972-3081.
Edgy Studios, 209 Union Street in Jonesboro, offers photography for portraits, weddings, and engagements, senior portraits, family and maternity shoots, and all occasions. Edgy Studios focuses on photography that is unique and outside of the norm. Owner Andrew Daly is available at 870-243-0308 or www.ejjistudios.com.
The McDaniel Law Firm, 400 South Main Street in Jonesboro, is a firm believer in justice and equality for the minority community. The McDaniel Law Firm has fought for our rights for over 44 years. The McDaniel Law Firm offers legal help for wrongful death as well as trucking and automobile accidents. Bobby and Brett McDaniel are available for a free consultation at 870-336-4747 or at www.mcdaniellawyers.com.
And now back to Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM.
All right, welcome back to the last segment of Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM. My special guest today has been Ms. Rachel Guerin from March of Dimes, and we're going to wrap up our discussion and, go back over the dates, times, locations of all of the events that are coming up and ways that you can help support March of Dimes and all of the families with babies that are born too soon. All right, so let's start with the most recent event.
Yeah, so prom fashion show this weekend.
All right.
Can't believe it's already here, but it is. It's this Saturday, February 23rd. It's at 7 p.m. at the Brookland High School Auditorium. Tickets are $10 each. You can buy them at the door. And we'll be having fun from about 7 until probably 9 p.m. Okay. You'll see all the latest and greatest prom fashion. And then also you'll get to experience some local community talent from our high school students and really just get to support them and their project in a great cause. So that's this Saturday. And then next we'll have March for Babies in Jonesboro. That's March 30th. That will start at, the registration I think starts around 8:30 or 9, and we'll start walking around 10 o'clock that morning. It'll be at Crickhead Forest Park. To register for that, you just go to marchforbabies.org, find Jonesboro event, click join.
Okay.
And then you'll start to get email updates and information. And so those are our two biggest events coming up.
All right. And consider putting together a team, or putting together a team that just helps raise money and donate. If you don't want to go walk, I don't think you should really go. I'm going to push for this. Like, I have been to a march before, and just to see the joy and excitement and then all the volunteers coming together to serve the families, it's amazing. And I know it's just grown and grown and grown since my years. Go out, get to meet the families, get to see the babies, get to see where your money is really going. It funds the research, it funds equipment, it helps the families out who are having to be at the hospitals all those long days, weeks, maybe months.
Right.
What's the longest time, from your knowledge, that a family has had, a premature baby has had to stay in the hospital?
I don't know an exact time of any one person, but I know that I've heard plenty of stories now that span over a year. Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Yes. Most common that I hear is around the 100-day mark. It depends on when the baby, how early the baby was, what complications. And so sometimes the baby can stay just a couple days, which a couple of days in the NICU is an eternity for parents. And I tell parents that all the time. They'll, oh, we were only there 2 weeks. I'm like, listen, that was 2 weeks where your life was just pure chaos.
Because everything else stops. Of course, the mom's not wondering, what if the dad has a job? What if the children have school? What if other things are happening? So it's like you got this whole world over here, but your baby is your immediate need. I mean, your immediate priority. So all this is still going on. Nothing stops fierce, but it's like, how do they balance?
Yes, I mean, and I cannot even imagine having one in the NICU for any length of time, much less 200, 300 days. And it does happen. I would say the lengthiest days are around probably a year. And a lot of times though, that's babies waiting on transplants or things of that nature. And so, yes, we rally around those families that have been impacted by that at March for Babies. And just going back to the event itself, it's super fun. It's for the whole family. You don't have to pay a registration fee for everyone. You just get to come out and bring as many people as you want. We just encourage you to fundraise ahead of time. We'll have food. We have Andy's Frozen Custard is coming out this year. We're so excited. I've mentioned that like 3 times. I'm so excited about it.
You should treat yourself to Andy's.
Yes. And so we have a lot of fun activities planned. We'll have bounce houses out there. And of course, it's at Craighead Forest Park, which is just a beautiful, beautiful facility we have here in Jonesboro.
Make it a family fun day, and make it even more fun by getting team t-shirts made.
Yes.
Your name on the back, team whoever, marching for whoever, whatever you want to put on your shirt. Make it fun, make it personal, and just come out and support. I mean, we can't say that enough. Come out and support.
Yes.
I promise you, it will be a life-changing event. You will meet someone, they'll share their story, and you will walk away with a whole different perspective on life, your own life. You're like, okay, I've been doing it wrong. I don't know. It makes you take stock of, if you've had a healthy child, you have no clue what these parents have had to go through. So for no other reason, if you have a healthy child that was born full term, go meet a family who didn't have that same opportunity.
Yeah, absolutely. We'd love to have you.
We cannot stress that enough. And so, again, you're taking applications soon for the Chain Reaction Youth Council.
Yes. Please email me if you want more information. You can visit our webpage, and we'll get a Chain Reaction student in touch with you.
All right, and this is a wonderful organization for them to join. Teaches the young people about leadership and awareness and community engagement. And it gets them to start thinking about other people. But teenagers can tend to be a little me, I. But I think it helps push them to a different place in their cognitive awareness.
Yes.
All right. So what are some other ways people can get in touch with you? We gave your email, rguerin at marchofdimes.org. What is your phone number to your office?
Yeah, you can give me a call anytime. I'm at 870-316-7481.
All right.
That's my direct line to March of Dimes. So if you can't get a hold of me, leave me a message. I'll get right back to you.
All righty. So thank you so much, Mrs. Rachel.
Thank you. I always have so much fun with you.
Yes, ma'am. We can
always
talk
a good
about
time.
March of Dimes. As you're talking about statistics and research, I took statistics in school for undergrad, and I hated it, but I understand the importance of statistics.
Yes.
And so my mind is always thinking about the different categories that numbers can be broken down into. There's so much more research that needs to be done concerning why are babies born too soon, why are moms dying after birth, and everything in between.
Right. And statistically, If you're pregnant or thinking about getting pregnant, then you're at risk of premature birth. So, learn the facts. Go to marchofdimes.org. Ask your doctor about it. If you're, trying to get pregnant, make sure you know all the risk factors and just keep yourself educated. And that way you can make sure you have your baby has a healthy start.
Yes, ma'am. So we're going to leave it there with those words from Miss Rachel. Everyone have a great and blessed day. Hope the rain holds off, so stay dry and warm.
Thank you for listening to Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM.